One of the things we've been talking about ongoing through the pandemic here is people treating themselves with salty snacks, but apparently they're treating themselves with sweet things as well. Hershey's came out with earnings after the close of trading yesterday. A profit up 41%, beating estimates, and sales rising by 5.7%. People buying chocolate. Steve Voskuil is joining us now. He is the Chief Financial Officer at Hershey's. It is great to have you here, sir. I hear s'mores have been a big hit. People buying a lot of block chocolate. But, I mean, what kinds of trends are you seeing? And as always, what we're curious about right now is the sustainability of the trends that you're seeing.
Yeah, one of the things that was interesting this past year, I think, is just how precious family rituals and routines were around the seasons. And it played to our strength. You know, we have a fantastic manufacturing team, great agility on the supply chain side, and a really strong in-store retail execution team. And that combined with, I think, the hunger, not just for chocolate, but for routine and rituals and family time, were strong reinforcements for us last year. And you hit the nail on the head. The question is, what's going to stick? And I think we're encouraged, you know, as we look out, and we talked about it on our earnings call yesterday, you know, as we see the start to the year, we see momentum in the business coming out of the holiday season as we look ahead to Valentine's and Easter. And even though the back half of the year will face some more challenging laps, we're excited about what this year can bring.
Steve, I think a lot of folks on Wall Street also give you guys high credit for your R&D team. You know, just a constant wheel of new products. And I do want to highlight some things you talked about in the earnings call. You are relaunching your zero sugar line, and you are also working on organic products. What do those rollouts look like? When will those products appear in stores? And what specifically on the zero sugar products? How many products are coming to market?
Yeah, so we have several. The better for you confection space is a place we're very interested in. Obviously, we recognize that palates and diets have evolved and continue to be diverse. And we have products in these. You know, we introduced Thins last year, and we want to build on that franchise this year with Kit Kat Thins, and then looking at our zero sugar platform as well. And we've had low and zero sugar products in the market before, but I think we have an opportunity to rebrand those this year and really give them some more energy in the market. A lot of those will be hitting the shelves here in the first half of the year.
You know, Steve, I was struck looking at the press release, kind of thinking about your guidance. And I know Julie asked a little bit about how trends have changed because of the pandemic. But I'm curious if we step back, what the stability of the chocolate and sweets business has looked like. And, you know, talking about that long-term growth, 2 to 4%, 6 to 8% earnings growth. I mean, has that durable trend been in place? And I know you mentioned you see it returning to that after the pandemic.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we talked about 2021 really being an on-algorithm year. But if you look more broadly, you sort of break down that algorithm, you know, a couple of key ingredients. You know, we need to get 1.5 to 2 points of growth out of the U.S. business over time, another 0.5 point out of international, and 0.5 point out of our salty snacks business. And we think that's doable in the market, not just in 21, but beyond. And then as you look through the rest of the algorithm, you know, continuing to drive leverage through the P&L, both on the gross margin side as well as the operating margin side. And that allows us to get to that 6 to 8% bottom line growth that is part of the algorithm as well.
Steve, Hershey did say this week it will be raising prices on holiday 2021 items. What does that price increase look like? Is it over 10%? Is it under 10%?
Yeah, so we're going to do that in the fourth quarter. We've announced that earlier in January. It'll take effect for the holiday season in 2021, and then Easter and Valentine's season as we roll into 2022. So we'll see most of that effect in the fourth quarter. And we're doing it this year through price pack architecture. So looking at the packaging, look at the contents of the packaging and making some adjustments there that we think will better align with what consumers are looking for. But it's a under 10% increase in that part of the portfolio.
You also have a lot of folks on the street looking at you for potentially more acquisitions. You have a lot of cash. There's been a lot of major food deals the past 3 months. What are you looking at?
Yeah, so we have an active pipeline, and as we said, we've got a strong balance sheet. In fact, I would say our balance sheet's probably stronger today than it was even a year ago. And we continue to look for things that fill in incremental snacking occasions across our portfolio. So as you can imagine, there are still some places in the confection side of the business that we don't play as strongly today as we could. Same with international. And then certainly in the salty snacks business, we see opportunities. And so we continue to look in that space. Now, I will say, as strong as the balance sheet is, we also have high financial hurdles. And so we want to make sure those opportunities will fit with the long-term interest and value creation thesis that we have for our shareholders.
Makes sense, Steve. All of this makes me want to make a batch of those peanut butter cookies with the Hershey Kisses on top. Steve Voskuil is the CEO of Hershey's. It's a childhood favorite of mine. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.